Hello, hello, testing. Okie dokie. Cool. Hey, everybody. This is Balverine. I am double checking here. Cool. So we have loaded into R5 Reloaded. The whole purpose of this video is to show you how to use the movement recorder combined with Flowstate Aimtrainer in R5 Reloaded. You can literally create your own scenarios, which is pretty freaking cool. So you're in R5 Reloaded, you go to create, just like you would in the old method that I showed you. This is a better updated version. So you go to create, you go select playlist, Aimtrainer, select visibility, offline. Now you can just leave it at that, but if you want to train on a specific map, you can choose the map. But for now, I like to just stay on Kings Canyon. So again, all you have to do is to select playlist, Aimtrainer, select visibility, offline. That keeps everything local. So we are currently loading in. Sorry, this is taking so long. I'm doing this on my fucking laptop. Okie dokie. So, we're going to do something a little bit different than the previous tutorial that I showed you. We're going to go straight to settings, and then we are going to go to the second page, and then infinite training. That's it. Just going to go settings again, second page down here, and then go infinite training. So you can choose whatever guns you want, just like the last time. I'm going to choose wingman because I am terrible at the wingman. And if you are a controller and you suck at long range sniping or marksman like weapons, I would highly recommend to do G7 or something similar like that. I like to do it without the barrel so I can practice the recoil. And there you go. Cool. Then you go to challenges. Now, you can do this with strafing dummies, is one I really like to do because you can go anywhere on the map. And then the other option I would recommend is, where is it? I can't read. Holy crap. Floating target. So these two are the ones that you want because with strafing dummies, you get this map, and everyone knows this map. However, we can also do floating target. Now, floating target is unique because you have this space, right? And it's not an infinite space, but the cool thing about this space is it is completely flat. Now, to show you what the movement recorder does, if you are unfamiliar with it, it is something that's been around in R5 Reloaded for quite a while. Flowstate Aimtrainer was developed by Cafe, and with the help of many people working at R5 Reloaded, like Moss, Rex, Z, all those guys, MCOS. So we have combined the movement recorder that has existed for quite a while, and we're using it in Flowstate Aimtrainer. This is what that looks like. So I'm going to do the binds that I have put in the description. I will show you how to do that in a second. This is what it looks like. So you get to create your own movement. I'm going to do something, pretty basic. And then I'm going to move. Look at that. That's me. Or it used to be me. I like to call these ghosts because it's fun to call it a ghost. As you can see, I am really bad with a wingman. And the cool thing about these bots, these ghosts of yourself, is that they have a hitbox. They can die if you hit your fucking shots, unlike me. And the other cool thing is, if you're on controller, it also means that your aim assist works on here. You have 0.4 aim assist on this bot, this ghost. And you can do it with any kind of movement. Watch this. I'm going to give myself Pathfinder Tactical, and I'm going to start recording. Cool, right? And now we get to watch this when the movement is done. I will go into the binds in a second and what file you need to replace, but that's really it. Isn't that cool? You just get to see yourself. Cool. So, We're going to go to the strafing dummy map because what I like to do is I like to go up a hill to simulate being in competitive Apex, people who are running up a hill or sideways on a hill, and then just shooting them from afar. The great advantage of this movement recorder over traditional aim training is one, you are in the game itself using the guns, so you don't have to worry about um, the in-game translation. The translation to in-game skill is 1-to-1 because you are in the game itself. And the second great advantage is you can do this on any scenario, any kind of movement that you can replicate yourself, lurches and everything. And then the third most important one that's, I think, criminally underrated is, here, I'll show you. You can do it, you can shoot from any angle and any distance, which is so cool. Here, I'll show you. Here we go. So if I want to practice short range, I can do that right here. If I think my short range is good, or I want to work on long range, right here. Again, this also works with controller, with aim assist. And a lot of people who train on controller with aim assist and will tell you, who are veterans of controller, will tell you that training in Kovacs or training without aim assist is nowhere near as effective as training with aim assist, because the mechanics are, although not entirely different, the translation isn't perfect. This solves that issue. So, and then the fourth really cool benefit that is kind of underrated is it's much more enjoyable. Like, if the old method was just to shoot this bot and you can kind of zone out, but if you make multiple dummies and you get bored by one dummy and one ghost that you've already made, you can just make another one and you can switch between the two. You can even practice target switching, like realistic target switching too. Isn't that cool? All right, so how do we do this? We are going to show you. I am going to go to my scripts that I've already written here. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, shit. Oh, I have to go into the laws. It's in the description, basically. 1 second. I had to find it. Sorry, I had to show kind of these. There we go. So we're going to take these and we're going to take this first bind. So what we're going to do is we are going, sorry, the law, I didn't mean to show our conversation there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to press insert on our keyboard or the tilde button, which is the squiggly line above tab and to the left of the 1 key on your keyboard. So either insert or tilde. So insert usually works, and this will open this console. What you're going to do is you're going to take this first one, which is bind P, the letter P, to svcheats1. And what svcheats does is it gives you developer capabilities. So we're going to copy and paste that, and then we're going to press enter. I've already bound my P to this, so I don't need to do that. And every time I open up the R5Reloaded Aimtrainer, I'm going to press P from now on. Instead of doing this whole complicated thing and copy and pasting, all I have to do from now on is just press P to activate svcheats1. That's all I have to do is just press P. That's the purpose of that first bind. Now the second bind, which is also in the description, is U. I chose P and U because they're not really used. You can choose your own that you want to use. Now the second bind is the one that activates the movement recorder. So all you have to do is copy and paste that from the description, press insert again, or the tilde key, or however you want to open the console, and copy and paste it. And then you're going to press enter. Now here's the thing. The way you're going to open this up is this. We're going to start from the beginning all over again. So once you've bound those keys to those commands, all you have to worry about from now on is opening your own lobby in the Flowstate Aimtrainer and pressing P and U. That's it. So we're going to go select playlist, just like before, Aimtrainer, visibility. You know what? Let's try World's Edge, just for fun, just for something different. Again, this is taking quite a bit of time. Sorry about that. I travel a lot, so that's why I play on my laptop. Okie dokie. So, settings, step 1, step 2, we're going to go to page number 2 and infinite training. We're going to click enable. I'm going to choose Vault. You can right click to get the different ones. And then secondary weapon, I'm going to choose Wingman because, again, I am absolutely trash with the Wingman. Okay, cool. So I'm going to choose Strafing Dummy. All right, cool. So we have we have created a new lobby. We have already bound the keys P and U to the commands that I have activated earlier that you have copied and pasted. Now, all you need to do every time you open a new lobby, now not a new scenario. These are scenarios. You've already created a new lobby, which is offline. You only have to press the letter P once. You only have to P once, right? Get it, P once. That, you won't hear a sound, there won't be any kind of confirmation, but just trust in the fact that you have activated SV Cheats 1 by pressing P. You only have to press it once. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is you press U. Now here's the trick. Before I press U, it will activate the movement recorder. But when you are using the movement recorder, while you are using it, do not press U, or else it will crash the entire lobby and R5Reloaded. It won't crash your computer. It's not that powerful, but it will crash R5Reloaded. So keep in mind, again, do not press U until your movement is done recording. Now watch this. I'm going to press U. It'll say recording movement as Wraith, right? And then it'll say playing movement. When it says playing movement, that is an indicator that you are now okay to press U again. So I'm going to press U again, just to show you one more time. Recording movement as Wraith, just like that. You can do your own cool things. And again, these have hitboxes. The other advantage, the 6th hidden advantage, or 5th, I forgot how many I listed, is that you can do strafes as well. You can practice mirroring your own movements. You know, and you can practice just using your right stick. Because a lot of people, especially controller players, only aim a little bit with their right stick and then mostly aim with their left stick, which is their strafes, their movement. If you watch Designful, he will correct a lot of his aim with his left stick, which is movement. However, if you want to have stronger right stick independence, either more smoothness, meaning higher accuracy, or better reactivity, meaning your ability to read and respond to the player, a great way to do that is just not move and only use either your mouse or your right stick. Now, so again, step number 1, you're going to bind your keys. You only have to do that once. And then when you are entering your new lobby that you have created for yourself offline, you only have to press P once, and then you can press U as many times, but as long as you don't do it while the movement is recording. Now, for people like Trebstacks who are sniper demons, you can practice from any distance, which is so cool. I'll show you this. Again, these are challenges, these are scenarios, these are not lobbies. This whole thing that you've created is a lobby. Once you leave the lobby, all of these ghosts will disappear. Watch this. We're going to go into Tile Frenzy. sorry, not Tile Frenzy. We're going to go into floating target, and we're going to create our own ghost again, just like this. And these ghosts will persist if you leave the challenge, meaning that they will still be there. Now watch, if I go back to strafing dummy, these ghosts are still there. Isn't that cool? That's because it's based off of the lobby, not the scenario. Now, to show you the whole Trev Stacks thing, the whole long-range sniper, this is so cool. This is a huge benefit to people who are trying to get better at sniping, whether you're in controller or whether you're not on controller. It doesn't really matter. We got to go back to strafing dummy. And this is one of the hardest problems to solve for a long time. This is something that we thought very deeply about. And this is probably the most elegant solution to it. You can practice. Look at that. Cool, right? You can practice long range shooting from any distance. This is 60 meters. You know, you can practice from different angles, scenarios. Unfortunately, we don't have the Sentinel in yet. We're waiting for our major update. It's going to take quite a while, maybe a couple of months for that to update. I don't really have an exact date for you guys. It will have a 3v3 mode. Now, to answer the question about the file, if you look at the description in the video, there is a movement_recorder period nut file. So you are going to take that from the Google Drive link, and you're going to go to your R5Reloaded folder. There in the description, it will show you the directory that you need to find and where to find that movement recorder file, and just replace that. And what that does is it increases the length of time that you can record, meaning you can record much longer movements like this, and it gives these ghosts that you have higher health. Before, they used to die instantly, like very, very quickly, like on white shields. But I think they have like 500 health now or something. So that one I would have to show, I have to give a huge shout out to Noshida FPS, who is kind of like an R5 veteran, I would say R5 royalty. And he was the one who just changed the file. So shout out to Noshida, or Nosh, as a lot of people know him by. So to answer a couple of questions, for the Sentinel, we just don't have that yet. There is a high demand for the Sentinel to be in R5Reloaded and for us to update our guns more frequently. Keep in mind, we do want to do that, but it's just not in our priority. Our main priority right now is to get this huge update out. It has some cool things that I can and can't talk about. Now, the second thing a lot of people ask is, can you record these these movements, and save them forever and then share them? Possibly, yes. Like from an engineering standpoint, probably. However, again, that's not a priority, and it seems pretty tricky. Last time I talked to Cafe about this and MCOS about this. In the update in the future, we're hoping to have this movement recorder and Aimtrainer combined as its own game mode that will allow multiple people to enter. So you can do 1v1 fights with people, or maybe even possibly 3v3 fights eventually, and record the entire fight. And then you can watch yourself from an angle, and you might say to your teammates, well, I definitely didn't overpeak. I was holding my angle correctly. But then, watch this. Let's say you're fighting, you die right out here. You say that you were using cover. But then, you look at your movement recorder, and your teammates look at your movement, and you're like, no, you were way out here, dude. You're a liar. So people get to call you out on your bullshit. That's really cool. That's something I'm pretty excited about. I don't know if we can do that right away. So again, you probably can save your movements and then have it for other people, but I don't think it's really a huge priority for us right now. Again, we have other cool stuff in the works. So The second most common question that I get asked all the time when it comes to this is, can we randomize this? Possibly, yeah. I think MCOS responded to Future about this. Wait, what are you doing, Future? WYD Future. Great kid, by the way. He asked if we could randomize these spawns or randomize the movements. Let's say we record all of these movements and then we have them spawn in the same space just for variety. That's definitely a possibility. But the thing is, though, my counter argument to doing that, I don't think it's a bad feature, but my counter argument to doing that is that predictability isn't always a bad thing. If you are into aim training at all, many of you who are really into tracking know of a very famous scenario called what should I call it? It's not control track. It's shoot. Hold on. It's an aim beast. It is in Lena D. Smooth. Roa's basic smooth. It is centering no strafes, right? Centering no strafes looks like this. Centering no strafes has a very predictable bot movement, right? But it has no variety to it at all. It's completely predictable. But predictable does not mean bad. It means it is a movement and a skill that you can learn to acquire. It's an incredibly valuable skill to learn to be smooth. You can become more accurate. You can still work on reactivity. If you look at my score, which is utterly trash, I am absolutely mid, which is 450, which is 37%. There are people who are nearly twice as good as me, and these are old scores. They could probably destroy these. So there's a lot of growth when it comes to predictable scenarios and predictable movements. And the other cool thing is you can practice at different ranges too, and practice your strafes. There's a lot of variety to be had here already. So if you're worried about randomness, I would set that aside and say it's not that big of a concern. Okay, so other than that, I don't really have many things to say. I'm going to take a look at my chat to see if they have any questions. I only have one concurrent viewer. It doesn't look like there are any questions. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. If you have any questions, if you have difficulty with the files or the setup, please let me know. Shoot me a message on Twitter, tag me on Twitter, or something like that, and then we can tackle the problem together. I do hope you find value in this. The team at R5Reloaded is working super hard to get you guys some not just valuable tools, but really fun and engaging ways to train and just have fun, to be honest with you. So if you can shout out to Amos or Amos, I don't really know how to pronounce his name, the creator of R5Reloaded, Rex, one of the coders, Z, MCOS, Cafe, Michael, Ugnius, all those guys, and many more who I haven't named. And obviously to our server owner, um, Darth Elmo, who's like the king of Karma servers. Me, I'm just a yapper. So if you guys have any questions, please just tag me on Twitter and I'll get to you eventually. I don't know if I'll get to you right away.